Yeah, and I really agree with that because there's, I look at a couple things. I have a friends, they're a great couple and never had kids.
Mhm.
And sometimes I think about it because I have a couple kids, and part of me thinks they'll never experience that love, but they'll never experience that pain or fear if they're hurt or they're sick or something like that. And it's kind of a just, same with relationships. You don't go for it. You're not going to get hurt, but you may not have the happiness either that maybe you need. And those are kind of choices, because you see people go, oh, I'd rather just be alone, I'm fine. But they're not alone people. They're not built because they've historically had relationships, but they feel like they don't want to go through any more pain. And that's kind of a sad position to be in the sense of just going, it's part of life, you
Right.
heal and you move on.
Yeah, and it's normal that if you have a relationship distress with another partner and then you separate, it's normal to be cautious. It's normal to
Yeah.
be worried and concerned. And what if it's not going to work out? What if I'm going to get hurt again? And a lot of people sometimes say, I keep finding partners that are not good for me, and they get stuck in this place where they find a partner, they break up, they find a partner, they break up, and they can't figure out why they're attracting certain type of partner that they can connect to. So a lot of times, if you had a difficult breakup, if you and separation, and it's good time to reflect and work on yourself and learn how to form a relationship and how to protect relationship from the beginning. Well, most of the people get into a relationship and they think everything is going to be great until the first fight. Learning what you can do and what your responsibility is in the relationship to protect your relationship and to keep it safe, that's going to be part of your work before you get into a relationship.
Yeah, separating too, because if I'm the guy who said, oh, I don't want to be involved, all right, we'll do it again, and then all of a sudden we get in a fight, here we go again, and we're comparing it to our past relationships, even though this is a new person and the fight may not even be that bad or what you're thinking, but you catastrophize it in your head, and it becomes terrible. How do you get people to disconnect from the past so they can live the future?
It's such an interesting question, because as we get together with another person, the other person lives in the shadow of our past. So whatever shadows we have from the past, all the hurts we have, the other person lives in that shadow. And the same way, they live in your shadow. They create a shadow for you. So you get a new relationship and everything feels right, but the vulnerabilities and sensitivities are still there. And if those sensitivities get touched or triggered, then you may experience the same distress as you had in the previous relationships. The best way to do is to heal the past in the present. We can't heal past in the past, because once it's past, it's gone. But if it's still a point where you get triggered or you get activated, then we can work on it in the present. The interesting part is that relationship traumas that occurred in the past, they're best healed in the relationship. It's very difficult to heal relationship traumas if you're working with your own therapist by yourself. So when you have a new partner, he will be the person who will help you to heal the past traumas and work with them. And you need to clearly understand what's triggering you and be able to share it and be able to have a partner who understand what he needs to do to keep you safe. Because if you have a physical pain, for example, your arm is hurting, right? And you tell your partner, my arm is hurting, they'll be careful around you. They'll be careful not to touch your arm. They will protect it. They'll go on this side, make sure that you don't bump into something, right? But the same thing on the emotional side. If you have a pain, emotional pain from previous relationship, and your partner is aware of it, they need to protect that pain. They need to protect that place and not to accidentally trigger it. But they won't know that until you share. They won't know that they need to help you with this until there's a clear understanding. This is a really difficult place for you. And then when this happens, you need some help.